Hi guys! Today we're making this very simple mushroom pizza with juicy sliced mushrooms nestled in a bed of rich, cream cheesy tomato sauce on a lovely crust that's soft on the top but wonderfully crisp on the bottom, covered in vegan mozzarella cheese that's nicely browned on top, and finished with a sprinkle of spices. Yes, simple. First, we'll make the crust. We're actually using the exact same dough recipe as our flax hamburger buns from a previous video. To start the dough, whisk together a cup of warm water with 2 1/4 teaspoons of traditional or instant yeast and a tablespoon of sugar. Mix it together and let it bloom for about 5 minutes or so. When it looks like this, you can add a half cup of flour and 2 tablespoons of flaxseed meal. I put my already ground flaxseed through a spice grinder to make it extra fine, which is my trick to make sure the dough turns out very soft even with the extra fiber content. And hey, check it out, it looks like a mustache. Then add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil and stir it all up. Don't forget to add a bit of salt, as I almost forgot. At this point, we'll add the rest of the flour. Add about a cup at a time, stir to incorporate, and repeat. At some point, you're going to want to switch to using your hands. Make sure your hands are well floured and go at it. Add a bit of flour as necessary. Knead the dough for 5 to 10 minutes. Better to do this on a stable surface. Not on a table like this one that bends in the middle, and not on top of a cutting board. That was a stupid idea. Form it into a ball and stick it in a bowl. Cover it and leave it alone to double in size for about 45 minutes in a warm location. Then presto changeo, it'll look like this. Punch the dough down and gather it to knead it into a ball shape again. And at this point, you can set it aside while you prepare the pizza toppings or cut it up into 6 to make personal-sized pizzas. Now for the cream cheesy tomato sauce. This sauce is super easy. Just combine some herb seasoning, onion powder, nutritional yeast, a clove of garlic, a can of plain pizza sauce. This stuff was just the co-op no-name brand type of thing. It was nothing special. Then add some salt. And finally, our not-so-secret creamy ingredient, silken tofu. It adds richness and body without extra fat. I'm adding a bit of white pepper as well, and for a little kick, a bit of barbecue sauce. You can also substitute a bit of sweetener of your choice and liquid smoke instead. Then blend it all up for a minute or 2 until completely smooth. Don't forget to taste it and adjust for salt and pepper. This made quite a bit of sauce, so I put it in a clean veganized jar, labeled it, and set it aside. Now preheat your oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 260 degrees Celsius. Then grab your dough. I'm making personal-sized ones today, but the process is the same for a large pizza. Just take the dough and smush it down and spread it by either stretching the edges or using a rolling pin until it's about 1 centimeter thick, and that's about ½ an inch, maybe a little less. Place the pizza dough on a vented pan if you have one, but a regular baking sheet will work just as well. Then brush one side of the dough with oil. This will help you get a really nice crispy base. Then flip the dough so the oiled side is on the bottom. And we're ready to add our cream cheesy pizza sauce. For each pizza, we're going to use, or I'm going to use, about 2 or 3 tablespoons of sauce. Don't be afraid to lay it on thick. Now add your mushrooms. These thick sliced mushrooms are going to be so good, but you can use any type of mushroom you like. And add enough vegan mozzarella to cover the top. I'm using Dea here, but you can use any kind of vegan mozzarella you want. Also, the easy Foxy Moxy cheese from veggout.com that I did a tutorial on a few weeks back would be perfect for this. For the last of the toppings, add a sprinkle of nutritional yeast, salt, and pepper. This step makes a huge difference in my opinion, especially if you're using the Dea. Also, if you have it, smoked or regular paprika is super nice on top. Finally, making sure your oven is well heated, place your pizza in to bake for about 13 minutes. Then, bake under the broiler for an additional minute or 2 until it's browned on top, but keep an eye on it and don't let it burn. And that's it! Remove your pizza from the oven carefully. Slice it up, plate it, and get ready for bursts of juicy mushroom, rich cream cheesy tomato sauce, and a brilliant crispy crust that's soft on the inside and more than a little magical. Yes, my friends, this pizza was freaking delicious, especially for how simple it was. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more easy vegan recipes every Friday. If you do make this recipe, please let me know in the comments below, or better yet, post to Instagram and tag me. Again, thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.